What led me to that understanding? You see, righteousness and perfection has to do with sin, has to do with the law, and has to do with righteousness, right? All these things, sin, law, and righteousness, have a built-in in them cause and effect. There is a cause and effect built in sin, righteousness, and law. And unless you understand that, you'll be going down the wrong track as I did. And my hope today is to sort of shed a bit more light on that. Would you agree with me that perfection mean dead to sin, in harmony with the law, and a possessor of righteousness? Do you think that's a fair definition of perfection? Yes? Dead to sin, in harmony with the law, and a possessor of righteousness. All right. Now, I understood sin is doing something wrong. The law is the Ten Commandments, and righteousness is right doing. And because that was my understanding, I concluded that perfection is when I'm not doing anything wrong, when I am keeping all the Ten Commandments, and when I'm doing everything right. Hence, be therefore perfect means be therefore sinless. But I'd like to put a different scenario for you today. So what I want us to do now is look at these three things separately: sin, law, and righteousness, and see what are they, what can we understand. Now the first one is sin. What is sin? Transgression of the law. That's a typical answer that we always get. Okay, so the sermon is not going to be as short as I thought. I used to think, a lot of people think, sin is a transgression of the law. Well, allow me to ask the question in a different way. What is transgression of the law first? Hang on, let's slow down a bit. Is lying transgression of the law? Stealing is transgression of the law, right? So my question for you is this: what causes you to lie and to steal? I just want you to reason with me a little. What causes you to steal and to lie? All right, some people say sinful fallen nature, some people say a choice. Well, sinful fallen nature doesn't really do it for me. And I'll tell you why. Because what nature did Jesus take upon himself? What does the Bible say? He did not take upon himself the nature of angels, but he took upon himself the seed of Abraham. He took upon himself the same seed or same nature that I have, right? Did Jesus lust the way I lusted? Why not? All right, a lot of answers, at least. Okay, we're getting some response. That's good. You see, there is a part of the nature that can be renewed. And the Bible pinpoints it to the mind. Let's look at a couple of verses. Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed how? By the renewing of your mind. So the mind can be renewed. Come with me to Ephesians chapter 4, beginning at verse 22. And the Bible says that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man which is corrupt according to the deceitful lusts, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that you put on the new man which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness. So put off the new man, put off the old man and put on the new. What happens in between? Don't look at me, look at the verse. Between verse 22 and 24, what does it say? You put off the old man in 22. Be renewed in your mind in verse 23. In verse 24, put on the new man. So between putting off the old man, putting on the new man, the mind is renewed. Right? So the cause of the transgression of the law is the unrenewed mind. Yes? Because God renews our mind so we can be transformed. God sending, for what the law could not do in that it was weak through the flesh, God sending His own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh, that what? that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us. So when we are born again, when we are renewed so the righteousness of the law can be fulfilled in us, or so we can come in harmony with the law, right? So the cause of me transgressing the law is my unrenewed mind. Is that clear? Yes?